This is Lauren.
And this is James.
Here with the Maverick News Network. We have some great stories today. First, Harrison, Robert, and Hayden with a story on the new Dean of Middle School, Mr. Thompson.
Hi, I'm Hayden Simmons, and this is my director, Harrison, and my cameraman, Robert. I'm about to interview Mr. Thompson about his new deanship, and here's the footage. What led you to accept the dean position?
I was curious to learn something new. I think I've been doing the same thing, teaching history for a long time, and I was anxious to see how I could adapt to the challenges, and I'm anxious to help St. John's, as Mr. Lombardi's gone this year, be the best middle school it can be, and I thought, I've been around here for a long time, and I thought it would be a good challenge.
What are your responsibilities?
So ultimately, I'm the person responsible for helping support teachers and student discipline issues. But there are also a lot of other administrative responsibilities, helping Miss Henry in her role as the interim head of the middle school. So lots of logistical things, trying to make sure that teacher duties and responsibilities are taken care of. Certainly dress code related things, honor code related things, and just lots of other stuff that has to get done behind the scenes that doesn't involve teaching classes.
Do you miss teaching at all?
I do. I miss teaching terribly. My favorite part of the day is working with 6th grade skills classes and being back in the classroom. It's what I'm most familiar with and what I enjoy most about the day.
Are you finding it harder to juggle your coaching responsibilities and your dean responsibilities?
Yes. Trying to figure out where I should be and what I should be doing is a constant struggle, and I hope it'll get a little bit easier. But yes, wearing multiple hats, trying to be dean, trying to be coach, and trying to teach skills class is one of the more complicated parts of my day.
What's it like having your own private office?
The office is cool. The problem with the office is there's a big window in it, and so I'm distracted frequently by people who pass by and just want to say hi, upper schoolers in the morning, in the afternoon, or people between classes, and so I'm finding it hard to sit and focus on what I'm trying to get done. But I'm loving the office, although it's a little bit cluttered, but Miss Hoffman is trying to help me with that and get some pictures home.
And our next story is about the 8th grade boys dance class with Daniel, Wheeler, and Matthew Dauber.
Hey, I'm Daniel Perrier from Middle School Maverick News Network. We're here outside the dance studio and we're going to interview a few of the guys in the dance class and see how they're liking it. Augie, what's your favorite move and can you demonstrate it for us?
I call it the shake and bake. It requires some space here.
That's amazing.
Hey, I'm here with Max Fleckman, Augie Avery, and Julian Peavy. We have a few questions for you. Max, why do you like dance?
I like dance because it's a change from everyday school subjects, and you really just get to come to a studio with your friends and just have a good time.
Julian, how often do you learn a new move or routine?
Like 4 or 5 times a day.
Now I'm here with Harrison Black, Charles, Rob, and Alden. So Charles, do you see yourself having a future in dance?
I would love to be featured in a movie.
Rob, how much preparation outside of school does this class take?
Well, I always dance around the house, so it's a couple hours each day.
Harrison,
We're not
why
you,
did you
they
choose
are.
this class?
Look at
I love dance, and I just want to be a big part of it, some of my friends, and just have a good time.
Alden, what is your favorite part of this class?
Well, you see, my favorite part of this class is that I get to just have a good time with my friends and dance around.
Well, that looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? And that's it from the dance studio, and I'm Daniel Perry from Middle School Maverick News Network.
For our next story, Marcelo, Peter, and Byrne go behind the scenes of the upper school cafeteria.
I'm Marcelo reporting from Maverick News Network, and we're right outside the cafeteria.
And I'm Peter Stone, and we're going to give you an in-depth look at the cafeteria.
What time do you start preparing the food for each day?
I get in every morning at 5. And actually when I get in, what I'm doing is I'm getting everybody's assignment lined up. Everybody else gets in at 6 o'clock. And we start cooking at 6.
How do you decide what food you serve each day?
Anita and I get together every week, and we'll make our menu for at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It just depends on situation, but we actually try to stay flexible, so we don't make the menu out for more than a month. That's the longest we'll make a menu out, make the schedule out for the menu for a month. But we get together and make decisions on this like a couple of times every week. We get together and just work it out and start making those decisions.
How much preparation goes into making the food?
Well, the majority of the work is prep work. You were asking what time do we start for the day, but actually we start for the day before. We'll prep quite a few things that's going to be like for Tuesday. Well, lots of that'll get prepped on Monday. For Wednesday, lots will get prepped on Tuesday. So the day it's a carryover process, but it takes the entire time we're here to get it done, and then we just roll right into doing lunch. And then some of us are still in the kitchen, like I'm usually still in the kitchen cooking while lunch is going on.
What is the most challenging part of being a chef in a school?
You kids. It's challenging because I have a captured audience, first of all. So, I mean, it's not like y'all can make a decision, well, I'm not going to eat that today, I'm going to go here, go there, like in most instances. And so it's humbling in the sense that, you have this responsibility, and, and I have you kids from K through 12 in most instances. So I'm trying to keep you healthy. I'm trying to keep you interested in the food. I'm trying to stay abreast of all the new trends and stuff. So it's very challenging, just in that sense, because I have a captured audience. It'd be one thing if you had a restaurant and different people come in every day, so you could stick with the same. You could come up with some idea and stick with it. But here, I have to keep changing, keep evolving, keep recreating ourselves, or we'll lose y'all interest.
Thanks. Thank you, Chef Simon. Back to the studio.
And our next story is about the 8th grade girls A-team volleyball by us and Michael Miller.
Hi, we're interviewing the coach of the 8th grade A girls volleyball team, Coach Barron Hutchinson. How long have you been into volleyball?
Well, I actually started playing in 7th grade, I guess, with coaching. It's been about 20 years I've been into volleyball.
Anything going to make this season special from other seasons that you've coached?
It's a different group for me, and I really enjoy coaching 8th grade, so I saw them in 7th grade because I don't feel like it's the same team as it was last year. And then y'all have gotten so much taller and so much stronger. I think it is just a different team.
So what do you take away from coaching volleyball?
I think as coaches in general, every season is different. Whenever I'm coaching, I learn how to coach differently for every sport, every season. So sometimes I may not do a lot of teaching. It's just really getting out there and playing in the games and showing a few fundamentals. So I just think that I pull my many different aspects of coaching from volleyball.
So in volleyball, what makes a good player?
There are a few things, I think. First of all, like any athlete, I think mental toughness is really important. I feel like volleyball happens so quick that if you don't forget a point and you just let it accumulate, that it's a domino effect throughout the team. And then also I think that size matters for your position in volleyball. So if you're a tall girl, you're probably going to be a really good blocker. If you're probably on the shorter side, you could be like a defensive specialist, back row or setter. And then the other things that I think really count is if you're strong, like upper body wise, you can hit well, you can serve well, and you can dig well. If you have a strong lower body, strong legs, you can jump and that's really going to help you in the long run with volleyball because you're always either jumping or running. And then the last thing, I think it's the most important physical aspect of the game, is just being agile. And your agility on the court should be very quick and explosive, because in volleyball you don't move very much on the court. But when something is like hit to you, it's very quick, and you just got to make your quick decisions, and you have to have fast reflexes. So I think those are the main attributes of a good volleyball player.
All right, well, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And that was Lauren interviewing Coach Barron Hutchison. See you next time.
For our last story, Sam, Campbell, and Jeffrey have all the details on the 8th grade Quiz Bowl team.
Hi, I'm Campbell Hendricks.
And I'm Sam Schneider.
And we're doing a Maverick News Network report on
Mr. Elliott in the Quiz Bowl program.
What is your role in the Quiz Bowl program?
I am running the middle school program. Mr. Romero sort of runs the overall program, but I coordinate the middle school and set up the activities and sign us up for tournaments and things like that at the middle school level.
And what kind of topics do you learn about the Quiz Bowl?
The topics for Quiz Bowl cover almost everything. They cover all of the different classes you might see at school except foreign language. And they cover pop culture, they cover news, government as well, all the history. There's lots of math, science, and some literature as well.
When is your next match?
There's a tournament this Saturday. We have a tournament at T.H. Rogers, our first tournament. I think we're probably going to do pretty well.
And how many members do you have for the middle school Quiz Bowl team?
That's a tough question because we have multiple ways of looking at it. We have quite a few people, well over 20 between the two activities, but competing in the tournament this weekend we have 8. We've had as many as 12 or 16 at a tournament before.
And are you looking for any more members?
Sure, we're always looking for more members. We never know who's going to be interested or develop a new passion.
Who would recommend Quiz Bowl for?
I'd recommend it for anybody. It's worth trying to find out, but also particularly for people that like facts, that like to learn interesting things, like to memorize and hold on to cool facts and information.
How long have you been with the Quiz Bowl program?
I started the middle school Quiz Bowl program a little bit the spring of my first year, so around 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. So about that long.
Are you planning to open it for the 6th graders?
There are 6th graders in the activity right now, and later tournaments will take some 6th grade teams.
So specifically, what is Quiz Bowl really all about?
Quiz Bowl is about competing in a different way in academics. It's about providing opportunities for people to practice things they enjoy and to compete in a different way. It's about information and facts and fun, and hopefully it's about a lot of people joining it.
And how does one play Quiz Bowl?
There'll be 2 teams of 4 and buzzers, and there's a moderator who asks questions, and they have what's called toss-ups where both teams can answer. The team that gets that right then gets a bonus question, and they keep score based on how many of those you get.
And how many points do you need to win?
It's more than the other team is the correct answer to that. That's usually, but our 7th grade, our 8th grade team is the returning runners-up for the state in 7th grade, and they barely lost. They lost in overtime in the state championship game in 7th grade. So they're pretty good. They can score I think they've scored over 500 points before in some of their best matches.
And do you have any strategies that you use in order to win Quiz Bowl matches?
There are some strategies for how you play and approaches to play that we practice. There's also ways of practicing and memorizing information or different topics to make sure that the players are all learning and memorizing different topics so that they're not overlapping.
Okay. Thank you for your time. This has been a Maverick News Network report on Mr. Elliott and the Quiz Bowl team. Thank you for watching.
And this has been Lauren and James with the Maverick News Network. See you next time.